Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. So in today's video, I purchased these from the dollar store. These are the California Poppy Extra Golden. Look at the blooms in here, so pretty. Anyway, so I'm gonna plant these in the garden. Poppy seeds can be very finicky, and I'm gonna plant these and I'll give you an update. So we're gonna put these right in the ground, and let's go over some information about poppy seeds. So they come in all different colors, and it is a hardy annual, so it loves the cold weather. Okay, so it says hardy annual, silky golden orange flowers, blooms early on erect slender stems above lacy blue-gray foliage. Compact plants are drought tolerant and sturdy despite their delicate appearance. And this is the California state flower. These will get 12 to 18 inches tall, and it takes 14 to 21 days to germinate. I'm in zone 6B, so naturally you will want to do your poppy seeds in fall, or you can do it in winter, January, February, because it needs cold stratification. Cold stratification is a natural process where the seeds need to go through cold temperature, and then the coating on the seed breaks down, and when it starts to warm up in the spring, it helps with the germination. That's my definition from enjoying being a gardener. Anyways, we're gonna put these in the ground, and with poppy seeds, they're good to winter sow in the ground. I recommend putting these directly in the ground because they're very finicky when you have to transplant them. So plant them where you want them to grow, and when you put them in the ground, I'm going to show you in 1 second, make sure you do not cover them. You just lightly take your thumb and just press it in the soil. Okay, and there's also another way to do these, and I'll show that to you in a minute. All right friends, the seeds in here are very tiny. These ones are not too bad, but it can get really tiny. And if you don't trust yourself with the tiny seeds, I have a shaker here. You could use a salt shaker, pepper shaker, and you can mix it with some sand or even some dirt in here, and you just sprinkle it wherever you want the seeds to grow. Okay, but these are enough for me to just put them in the palm of my hand and then sprinkle them in the garden. But if you are planting a lot more, you would probably want to use this method. It doesn't matter, let nature do what nature needs to do. So okay, so we're in the winter now. It's January, so I'm gonna look for a bare spot. So you want to make sure you put it at a bare spot. Don't put it where you have mulch. So I was walking around the garden and looking for a good spot. This is perfect right there. You can see the natural dirt right there, and right behind here, this is a hardy hibiscus. This is one of the last perennials to emerge in the spring, so I'm not worried about this covering anything because it's not going to start to bloom until summer, and the poppy will eventually die out. When it starts to get warm, the poppy will die out and it will just stay underneath the ground. So this is perfect. So when the poppy is dying out, already bloomed, then this hardy hibiscus will be coming out and giving me bloom. So that's a perfect spot to put it right here. Alright friends, so here's a close-up of what the seeds look like. As I said to you before, they're tiny. So if you're gonna plant a lot of them, I would probably do a shaker, or if you're gonna do this, just be careful. Anyway, so I'm gonna put some over here. The ground is frozen, it's winter, so I just kind of scrape it along. I'm gonna put some here and then just lightly put some soil on top. Okay, or you could just take your thumb and press it in. You don't have to do too much with these. Let me get as close as I can so you can see this. So I'm just gonna take my hand and just sprinkle it wherever here and see what will germinate. Okay, and obviously I'm gonna share this update with you, and I'm just adding just a little bit on top. It's not windy, but just making sure it doesn't blow away. I don't think it will, and that's it. Or you could just take your hand and just press it in on there. Okay, what I did here, I have my white rock, so I just tend to put a white rock where I plant something and I may not remember, or there be no signs that something was planted there. So come spring, I don't go and dig up that area. So that's just a good tip for you in your garden, because I know as gardeners we plant a lot of stuff and sometimes we never know, and the worst thing you can do is dig up a bulb, right? So I'm just gonna leave the rock right here so I know something was planted there. Let's go over to the other side. All right friends, and this is my pollinator garden bed. So I found a spot where I don't think I have any bulbs planted, right to the base of the fountain, and these will grow 12 to 18 inches, so that's perfect right here. So I'm just gonna sprinkle in some right here. Okay, see that falling? And I'm gonna save the rest for the other side. And here's the other side. And hopefully we get some poppy seed. And I said to you before, just take a hand and just lightly press it in. It's not windy, so they're not gonna blow anywhere. Can't wait to see these germinate and get the results in spring. It's really cold. Alrighty, and I have one of my rock here, so I know I have something planted there, and I'm gonna put another one over here also. Alright friends, and the next poppy I have, I got this from Target for $1.99. This is a giant peony, mixed colors. Look at this, it looks like a real peony, doesn't it? I'll put a picture on the screen for you so you can see what a real peony looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. So huge blooms up to 5 inches across, are fully double in cherry, lavender, pink, white, and some bicolors. It takes 65 to 70 days to bloom, and they get 36 inches tall, and it allows full sun. This is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and it says container friendly. 4 plants per 20 inches container. So that's a pretty large container. Anyway, so let's get some of these in the ground. So I'm gonna walk around and find a good spot where I don't have mulch or grass, because they need the bare soil in order to germinate. So let's try these ones. All right friends, I found a nice spot. This is my cut flower garden that I created last year just to put cut flowers in. And here's the other pot over there. So I'm gonna put them here. There's no mulch in this area, and I have to be careful with the squirrels. Like if I dig this area up and then plant the seeds, they come and they know something just got planted. So I'm not gonna wake up the soil. There's no mulch in this spot, so I'm just gonna sprinkle some of these beautiful poppies in here. Hopefully we get some poppies, right? I can't wait. Alrighty, so here they are. So I'm just gonna take my hand and just this is kind of fun doing this, just scatter them through and see what happens. Remember, with your poppies, you do not need to cover them. They have to be barely covered, so you can just sprinkle them, leave them alone, or if you want, can't really tell where they are here, just pat the ground down. And here's my white stone method I have here. So I normally put these here, so I know I planted something here, because I'm telling you, come spring I will not remember. All right, and I still have some in here. So what I'm gonna do with these, I'm gonna put them in 3 small water bottle jugs. Poppies are very finicky. They do not like to be transplanted. So winter sowing is a great method for this. I'll leave my video down below where I did these other plants over here using the winter sowing method. So I'm going to put these in their own individual bottles, and then that way I can transplant them in the ground without disturbing the roots. So I have these bottles already prepped. See how small they are? So if I get 1 or 2 poppies in here, I will just take it out the bottle and just put it in the ground. If you're gonna winter sow poppy, I recommend you use small water bottles like these instead of these big water jugs, because poppies do not like their roots to be disturbed. They don't transplant well. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a few seeds in these, and then hopefully, if this is successful in the spring, I could then transplant it straight into the ground, as opposed to putting seeds in the water jug and you have a ton of seedlings and then you have to try to disturb the roots to separate them. I hope that makes sense. So I have 3 of these prepped, so let's get these done. And if you need more details with the winter sowing, I have the video, I'll link it down below for you, where I really went in depth as to how to prepare the containers. So I prepared these already. Just remember, you need drainage hole in the bottom, and you will have to take the caps off. So the caps will be taken off, and then I'll have some tape. I'm just gonna tape around the bottle. All right friends, I just used some good old Miracle Grow soil potting mix. You don't need seed starting mix. You could use potting mix, not garden soil, but potting mix. Okay, and I just fill it up here. And your bottle should be at least 3 to 4 inches high, in meaning that wherever you cut should be from here up should be 3 to 4 inches. And I have the seed here, and your poppy do not like to be covered. If anything, barely cover them. So I'm gonna attempt off camera and sprinkle some in all 3 containers. Friends, so the poppy seeds are in. I tape up the bottle, as you can see, and as I said before, if you want an in-depth demonstration how to prepare the bottles, I have a video I did already. I'll leave that down for you below. Okay, and then very important that remember to take the cover off, because these bottles need the rain and the snow. And if you don't get snow, you notice you don't have any rain, just keep your eyes on your bottle, okay? And you can self-water them. So I prepared a bottle here, good old water bottle, and I just put some hole in the top of the cover. It's gonna rain tomorrow, so that's why I didn't moisten my soil, but naturally you should moisten your soil. But if you're expecting rain and snow in the next day, you don't have to. But I'm just gonna give these some water, and I'll show that to you in a second, and just to give them a jump start. So these are going to be our mini greenhouse for our poppy seeds, and the plastic helps with the condensation. Okay, and then when the weather warms up, the seeds will start to germinate when they need to germinate. So please be very patient with this method. It works, you just have to be patient. And I'm in zone 6B if I did not say that already. Friends, I have them with the other milk jugs, and what I did here, because you know the squirrels can be so annoying, I put some rocks here just in case if they try to come here, because these are very light, so the rocks will help to keep them in balance, just in case if the squirrel comes and try to be nosy. But this is also a benefit of your winter sowing, is that it helps to prevent weeds and also pests such as your squirrels from going in your seeds, right? So that's another benefit of it, if you don't have space inside. But as I said before, the video will be linked down below, and you could check it out to get more detailed information. But I'm just gonna water these just for demonstration for you. And remember, the poppy seeds are so tiny, okay? So before you do them in the water bottle, make sure you moisten your soil first and then put the seeds on top. But as I said to you, it's gonna rain, so I'm not too concerned about that. But if you don't get any rain or snow or anything, you come out here with a spray bottle. A spray bottle works good too. Or make your own bottle, right? Reuse your water bottles. But let me show you an update with these ones. These ones, you could see they're well moist. We had snow and rain, and therefore I'm not gonna water these, because you could feel, well, you can't feel, but I can feel it's heavy, and if you look in here, it's moist. And as I said before, please be patient with these, because they need the right type of weather to help with the germination. So the sunlight, the rain, all of that is gonna help germinate the bottles. But anyway, friends, I just wanted to share with you different ways how you can do your poppy seeds. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll give you an update when they start to bloom in spring, hopefully, right? It's all a learning process. So until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.